Hello. Okay, so it is still, actually, you know what? It's not still. We are now in October 20th, 2019. And this is a second parter to the previous recording entitled What Do You Know? And there was something that we wanted to mention, but time got ahead, and I really don't like to make these too long. But Um, oh, also, hope that you're doing well, by the way. um, so the thing that we also wanted to mention is what difference does it make if our beliefs are at least tainted a little bit with some fear, with some I want to believe this thing. I want to hold on to an idea. But part of the reason is because to reject this idea or to, basically not accept this idea is going to, at the least, cause me discomfort. At the most, it's going to uproot everything and change my life completely. So I will go ahead and accept this idea as something that I will consider to be true and somehow assimilated into the other ideas that you know, that I have. Um, but it's, but the idea itself, more than based on evidence and reality, as I really experience it and understand it on a deep level, I will accept an idea that, again, like we mentioned, that has some elements of fear in it. Well, what's the problem with that? Is there a problem with that really, besides what we mentioned in the previous recording of this, the energy output that we're giving to something that is fear-based or has some fear within it? Well, the thing is that the confidence in it. If someone was to make a statement to you, and you're the type of person that, well, you like to understand when somebody says something and you're not sure you really understand what they said, so you're asking for some explanation, but it's just not really still making sense. But what is making sense is the person is getting a little, they're getting emotional about having to explain, and trying to help you understand the statement that they just made. Now, you can do one of two things. You can say, listen, I just really am trying to understand what you said. And you can, continue to at least have it make some kind of sense to you. Or you can look at the person and think, it's more important to me that that, you know, there's some element, something that looks like peace going on here. I don't want to cause discomfort or, whatever. So I'll just go ahead and accept the thing, whatever they're saying, as if they had given me some better understanding of it. And we can do that with our own thoughts and the things that we choose to accept and assimilate into our belief system that we have already designed within. We can, you know, we can look at an idea, so to speak, and say, okay, here's this idea that I'm holding on to, and I am convinced of the reality, the truthfulness of this thing, and And so that's gonna be a yes, come on in. Or we can also say, and like we said at the outset, um, you know, um, there's some ironing out that needs to be done. I'm not really 100% convinced of the thing, but there's other things involved too. And if I don't accept this, um, it's it may be difficult. Um, and so, you know, the thing is, if the thing about it is, we need to really, if we're serious about whether or not the things that we accept and believe are based on truth, we may want to ask ourselves, are the things that I believe and accept more of a security blanket for me? Excuse me. Are these ideas or ideologies, these concepts, situation, whatever these things are that I am giving the green light into into myself, basically, are they really there because I'm really, I want to avoid discomfort or pain or anything unpleasant? It's easier for me to hold on to this than to do the other thing. Now, again, as always, it's not about judgment. It's not about right or wrong, good or bad. That's not what this is. This is, like we said in the earlier post, it's about consideration. It's about thoughtfulness and investigation and understanding what inventory we are carrying around with us as we move about in this place. If too much of that inventory is more based on emotional attachment, security, and fear of any kind, we may want to really investigate it, or I mean, we may not. If we choose not to, that is our right. If we're finding, it's getting to be a lot, because again, the energy thing, it's taken a lot of our energy. And if we build up, our system is built up of a lot of this stuff, and we're feeling depleted, we're feeling maybe frustrated, and just kind of that feeling discombobulated often. And we're not saying that this is going to alleviate all of this and that and the other thing, okay? We're not diagnosing anything. What we're saying is it's really depleting energy to hold on to ideas that are based on fear, you see. And just one kind of thought that this just came to me is that love and fear, they're the opposite. They're opposites. And this is totally off the subject of what we're talking about, but it came to mind and hopefully it'll make sense to you. When the things that we're doing and saying and the thoughts that are going on inside of us and our lives are being motivated by the energy of love, by the intention, by the the nucleus of the thing, whatever you want to call it, the fuel is love, there's hardly any energy output coming from us. Energy is love is its own energy source. And when the things that we do are connected to that, it's so much easier on us. When the things that we're doing are based in fear, or there are elements of fear, and there's too much of that stuff going on, we never feel like we're getting enough rest. We feel like just exhausted. This is experience talking right now. This is things that I know firsthand. You just can't make ends meet. You just can't make, it's just exhausting. And so, going back to the original subject now, that's why it's worth considering when we ask ourselves the question, what do I know? To really seriously, if we want to, if we're interested, to dive into it when we have time to do that, when we have quiet moments to ourselves where we can really ponder, not all at once. We don't want to have a list of 25, 30 things that, in our belief system and just try to go. No, you just think about, what's something in your life that you've thought, and no, just feel like this thing. I wanted to have a place, but just not sure what to do with this thing here. Then maybe when you have time, we sit and contemplate on it. And it's good for us, it's really good for us to, and I'm going to say the word good because it's healthy. When our lives become based on illusion, on top of illusion, based on fear, on top of fear, it just, it's a really unsettled feeling. As opposed to solid understanding of why we're doing what we're doing. And not always, because nobody's doing that perfectly as far as I know. But there's such a difference. You have so much, you feel lighter, not heavy, bogged down. This lighter energy, this lighter life. There's more joy, you see, because our higher selves, if you want to call it that, there's a part of us, our deeper selves, knows what time it is. We can't play games with ourselves. We can play games with our mind so that we can feel a little bit better, but there is a deeper part of us that is like, okay, I'll let you play the game, go ahead. We know on a deeper level when we're just kind of, we're cheating, basically. But anyway, so those were things that that kind of flashed through my head a little bit while we were doing the other one, but we didn't have time to do that. I'm not trying to make a 45-minute, and I'm sure you're not trying to listen to a 45-minute recording. So anyway, at least I'm not on this channel. Just kidding. Anyway, so that's some more food for thought. We're all just trying to do the thing here, and as I mentioned in the earlier recording, there's stuff presently that I'm working with and working through and, realizing, and hence these posts. And oftentimes that's how it happens. Like, I'm right in the thick of it. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to be learning a lesson here. And then I'll pop out another one of these at the same time because it's like there. And anyway, so anyway, I hope that this has been encouraging for someone out there. And as always, we want to wish you so much love. Bye.